The Google ranking algorithm is still sorting your search results right now, and the Department of Justice can't stop it. A federal judge ruled it an illegal monopoly in August 2024. The algorithm kept running. Tonight I'm reading from the internal document they did not want entered into the record. PageRank, named after Larry Page. Invented at Stanford in 1996, licensed to Google in 1998 and quietly returned when the patent expired in 2011. That's the public story. The system that organizes the internet. The mechanism that decides which business survives, which news site disappears, which voice gets amplified, and which gets buried on page 8 where nobody goes. It was supposed to be a neutral tool, a mathematical referee. Google told Congress that, told the FTC that, told the European Commission that. The ranking system is neutral, they said. It rewards quality. It follows rules that anyone can understand. What nobody told you is that the core of it, the part that actually controls ranking, was never patented. And that was a deliberate choice. When you patent something, you have to disclose it. Every claim, every mechanism, every dependency. It becomes public record. Any regulator can read it. Any court can analyze it. Any engineer can see exactly what you built. Google chose not to do that. The algorithm that controls 91% of global search traffic exists as a trade secret, protected not by intellectual property law, but by the same legal category that protects a restaurant sauce recipe. And here's what that means in practice. A trade secret cannot be compelled in discovery the same way a patent claim can. A trade secret cannot be independently verified by a regulator who wants to check whether it's biased. A trade secret belongs to nobody except the company that keeps it. There are no technical specifications to audit, no filed claims to challenge, no mechanism to inspect. The most powerful algorithm in human history operates without a single line of public code. There are internal memos that make clear that was the intent. The FTC opened a formal investigation in 2011. They hired economists, engineers, former employees. 2 years of work. Their staff report, written in 2012, suppressed until 2015, concluded that Google had manipulated its search results to favor its own products over competitors. The staff recommended suing. The commissioners voted not to. Google had spent more on federal lobbying that year than any other technology company in the United States. Then the DOJ. 11 years later. United States v. Google LLC. Judge Amit Mehta ruled in August 2024 that Google illegally maintained its monopoly in search. The language was damning, and the algorithm, the mechanism at the center of everything, was still not disclosed, still not patentable, still running. Here's the part nobody reported. During discovery in the ad tech proceedings, Google produced internal documents. One described a program called Project Burning, named after the Fed chairman. The premise was this. Google's ad exchange was using data from losing bids in publisher auctions, bid data that publishers believed was confidential, to pre-position its own ad-buying tool to win future auctions. It was using the ghost of losing bids to guarantee future wins. The algorithm wasn't just ranking search results. It was running a persistent telemetry loop that fed information from one market back into another. Publishers' confidential auction data, recycled into Google's own bidding engine, quietly, automatically, without disclosure. And here's why it can't be stopped. The trade secret designation means there's no patent claim to invalidate, no registered mechanism to enjoin. When a court orders a company to stop doing something with a patented system, compliance can be verified by comparing behavior against the disclosed claims. With a trade secret, there is no baseline. You can't verify what stopped, because you never knew what was running. The DOJ remedy phase is still ongoing. Google is still operating the same algorithmic infrastructure, the same telemetry pipelines, the same persistent identifier system that ties your search behavior to your ad profile to your bid price to the auction that serves you the next ad you'll see. It's still running. Right now, your search history is a bid signal. Every query you've run in the last 18 months is feeding a profile. That profile isn't just used to show you ads. It's used to price the ads, to set the floor bid, to determine what a company has to pay to reach you specifically. You are a pricing variable in an auction you will never see. And because the algorithm isn't patented, the profile it builds isn't subject to the kind of technical audit that patent law would require. GDPR in Europe mandated some transparency. California's CPRA gave you the right to opt out of data sale. Neither law can compel Google to disclose the mechanism by which your search behavior becomes a dollar amount. The FTC knew this in 2012. They chose not to act. The DOJ acted 14 years later. The algorithm is unchanged. So here's what I want you to sit with. One company controls what 91% of the world finds when it looks for anything. That company deliberately structured its core technology to be legally invisible. Regulators investigated. Courts ruled. Nothing changed. Who benefits from an algorithm that nobody owns, that nobody can inspect, and that nobody can stop? Because it isn't you.